All right. So depending on what order you're watching these, some of this might be some repeated information, but just in case you didn't watch the other video, I'm just gonna go ahead and repeat it. So this video will be about the loaf pan bread. See, this has been on the fridge all night. They say to test proofing by kind of poking it, and if it comes back a little bit but does not come all the way back out, that it's kind of ready to go. That's not an exact science to me, and I don't put much faith in it, to be honest with you. I go by time. This thing has been in the refrigerator all night. It can be in the refrigerator for up to 2 days, maybe longer if you use less starter, but that's some sourdough theory that I just haven't delved that much into. So for this one, it's a little bit different. The cooking temperature is 425, and we are cooking at 425 for about 28 to 35 minutes. This is a little bit less dough than I normally do. I normally do my dough around 550 grams. This one I did 2 loaves by splitting 700 grams, so the cooking times kind of vary. But I will be putting this in for about 25 minutes. But there are a couple steps I need to do first, and that is to kind of put some melted butter on the top here, just to kind of help make it to where things don't get really too hot on the top. We don't want to scorch it, and the moisture and the fat of the butter will kind of help protect it. So the pan's buttered, then the top will be buttered, and this will kind of help things, as I said, keep from getting too overcooked. And you kind of tell the butter here is the dough is so cold that it's kind of freezing the butter or making it solid again, which is kind of interesting. Same thing with this. I'm just going to do this. You need a razor blade because we need to kind of score the top. Again, depending on what video you've seen up till now, you may have already seen this. This scoring is to help relieve some of the stress on the surface of this. So this will rise and it will expand, and with the hard rigid sides it's going to go up. But if you don't kind of let some of that tension go in the top, it'll start cracking in weird places, and we don't want that. So I'm going to put this in. I'm going to put this in for, I'm going to do 18 minutes in the beginning, then maybe rotate it. And we'll see where things go from that. So I will show you how it turns out. I think that's all I'm going to do for this one. You'll see. I'll kind of just show you what it looks like when it comes out the oven. See you in a bit. Okay, timer just went off. Kind of take a look. Oh, steam hitting the lens. Now I can kind of take a look at this. I can see that I don't think this is done, but I can take a measurement to see how much more needs to go. Wow, that's a 207. I guess it is done. I think I might go another 2 minutes. But while that is happening, I will explain something that I forgot to mention before. So when you're using these loaf pans, that was loud, sorry. When you're using these loaf pans, they're sitting in the refrigerator all night. They are metal. So they are going to retain a lot of coldness from that, and that is going to transfer into the dough. So I have discovered sometimes that cooking in the loaf pans take a touch longer. The outside will rise, but the inside temperature is way low, and I have to kind of bump it up again. The reason I think I'm okay with this one is because, again, I'm using less dough than I normally use. I'm using half the amount, and I think it cooked pretty fine. There is something you can do to kind of counteract that. So you can pull it out of the refrigerator and let it sit there for a little bit, say 45 minutes to an hour before you put it in the oven. So maybe when you preheat the oven, pull the loaf pan dough out, put it on the counter, put it in the microwave, put it somewhere, let it just sit there, kind of get a little bit closer to room temperature, and then cook it. You might see better results with that. But I think for the most part that's okay. I might just go ahead and pull it. It seemed to be a temperature. And I guess I dropped some butter on that's not great, but that's a future Greg problem, not a right now Greg problem. And there's our loaf. It's kind of cute. I think I'm going to put it in a touch longer just outside of the pan to get some color. Just on the sides, just a little bit better crust. I think that's it. I think that's it for the most part. I might show you the cross sectional whenever we cut into them later. Lately, little hint is we've been baking these, cutting them in the middle, using that, and then wrapping the other half in tinfoil and freezing it. And then when we're ready to use that, the part in the freezer, take it out, put in the oven right around 170, turn the oven off and just let it sit there. And that joker is almost like it just came out of the oven. It's like, it's super fresh. It's great. It's a little bit better than letting the whole loaf sit out all day, or like for a while until you kind of run through it. So use half, and then when you're ready to get the other part out, just pull out of the freezer and use it until it's done. So good luck. Hopefully these have been helpful. Hopefully I haven't rambled too much, and see you soon.